My final segment was Toure. He is the author of Who's Afraid of Post-Blackness, What It Means to Be Black Now. He's going to tell you how to get the book here in a minute. Toure, what does it mean to be black now for us, for those of us who don't understand that?
Well, I mean, what I'm talking about is that we have the right as individuals, as human beings, to define, as black people, to define what it means to be black, rather than to have it dictated to us by somebody else through this sort of cultural or identity bullying that we've seen. So, you know, like Skip Gates talks about, there's 40 million black people, there's 40 million ways to be black, rather than allowing somebody to tell us, well, you know, you're conservative, you're not black, or you're middle class, you're not black, or, you know, you like to play golf, or what have you. So, you know, even as I would disagree with, you know, many of the positions you hold, I would never disrespect you to say you're not black. I think we can disagree and still be within the same tent, within the same community.
Yeah, that's what Harry Belafonte and others are saying about Herman Cain, who is a black man running for president representing the Republican Party. They're saying that he's not black enough. Should they be saying that?
No, I don't think that is a fair thing to say at all. Herman Cain is black. Yeah. Now, let's tell the truth. Herman Cain, they're saying Barack Obama's not black. I mean, you know, that's a ridiculous comment from Herman Cain. And even, as I said, even as I disagree with so much of what he says and find, you know, so much of what he has to say ridiculous, I would never disrespect him to say he's not black. He is black. We've always disagreed on so many things.
Where I wouldn't say that.
I think more important is that Herman Cain, who is actually the one on the stage running for president this month, he should not be saying Barack Obama is not authentically black. He's the one that created that conversation.
I'm not speaking for Herman Cain, but Herman Cain, both his parents are black. Obama's parent, his mother was white and his father was black. And so when Herman Cain says that hold on a minute. Hold on, Toure. Hey, hold on, man. Let me finish. I'll let you finish your point. Hold on. Herman Cain is saying that, by these folks saying that he's not black enough. The truth is, Obama is mixed with black and white. So if anybody not black enough, it's Obama, not Cain. That's the point he was making.
Well, I know, but that's a stupid point because, as I was saying, science rejects the concept of race. So as soon as you want to stand on a biological platform to say, well, who's black and who's not, then the entire argument falls apart because it doesn't exist in a scientific or biological construct at all. It's a social and political construct, and Barack Obama has identified as black throughout his life and been identified by the people around him as black. So, you know,
he may have identified with that, but it still doesn't take.
I don't understand on a pragmatic point why Obama's blackness or lack thereof matters to Herman Cain. What does that matter about what we're going to do the next 4 years to deal with the problems in America?
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to Herman Cain.
Throw a ball of mud at Barack Obama and make the constituents of the GOP excited and happy. He said something really rude and mean about Barack Obama. Yay! What proposal is that? What policy is that? What does that say about how we're going to move forward with the many problems we have in America? Nothing at all.
It doesn't matter to Herman Cain. He just responded back to his critics. Let me ask this. Why is it that black liberals don't get away from the color thing? Because in reality, no one cares about what color they are. They cares about the character of the person. But those black liberals won't let go of their own color, and they think that other people care because they're so into it. Why don't they? Color doesn't matter at all.
I'm completely confused by your question, and I mean color, like race. I don't know if you're analogizing race and color, but they're not at all the same thing. Color is subsumed within race, but we are not discriminated against because of our color. We're discriminated against because of our race.
No, you're not. You're discriminated against because of what you believe in. There are people who believe in certain things and other people don't, and they say no to you. But because black people are into their color or race or whatever it is, they think that it's because of their color. But that's not what the average normal person.
With the use of word color, I don't really understand how that interacts in this conversation. But we're not, when we are discriminated against, nobody stops to figure out what our beliefs are. They discriminate against us. They discriminate against us because we are black.
But see,
they're not asking us, what do you believe in? That you, as a conservative, would probably face the same exact sorts of racism that I would face or that Barack Obama might face when he's not actually surrounded by the bubble of Secret Service. But sometimes he actually is disrespected in the same sorts of ways that are meant to say you are not as valuable as a thinker, as a human, as a valuable person.
What you don't understand is that it's insane to be thinking that way. Most white Americans are not running around concerned about what race you are, what color you are. Well, it's just that it's because of the racism that's coming from black people toward whites that they are thinking that way. They think that...
Well, I mean, there's so many problems with what you just said. For one thing, that I agree that many white people are not consciously being racist.
Most of them are not.
Hold on, let me talk. The one thing that we're dealing with is white privilege in America, which doesn't really require anything. It's automatic. You don't have to do anything to take that. But when we're talking about racism, we're talking about white supremacy.
So then why didn't they give us Obama?
Privilege. So black people being racist toward white people is just a really ridiculous and
no, it's absolute truth.
How can black people be racist toward white people when we don't really have any power in this country to affect racism against white people?
Your president is black.
People who are in control of the systems and institutions.
That's insane, Toure. That's not.
Understand that? Have you gotten this far in America without understanding how racism actually works? And
that's
not systemic inequality throughout the entire system that hold millions
hold
of
on, man.
down.
Hey,
We don't even have a chance to move up out of the problems of the working class and those sort of things. You really gotten this far without understanding that?
Toure, you have believed. You have believed.
It's amazing that you do.
You have believed into. Hold on,
you don't understand really simple, basic things about
Toure,
the way America actually works.
Hey! You have believed into a lie. What you just said is a lie, and you believed into it, and that's why it seemed true to you.
I understand the way America actually works. You do not. I am not lying. You are lying.
When I come back, I want to take some calls. I said you believed into a lie. That's a lie what you just said, that blacks can't be racist because they don't own anything. Absolutely not true. The president, as you just said, is black. 888-7753-773. We'll take some calls in a minute. My guest is currently a correspondent for MSNBC, a contributing editor to the Rolling Stone, and the host of his own show. Toure is with me. Susan from Ontario, California. I'm sorry to the callers. My guests were late today, so we can't take as many calls. We're running out of time here, but we will try to squeeze in some. Susan, Ontario, you're on with Toure.
Hi. I just wanted to tell him I used to have a friend who. She wasn't really a friend. I worked with her, and she had the worst attitude. And she would go out. She was black. She would go out at lunch to the bank, and she'd come back and complain that they were disrespectful of her or something and she thought it was because of her color all the time. But we all knew it was because of her attitude. She was mean, and nobody likes to be treated that way. But you couldn't convince her of that. And that's what I don't think you realize that black people, a lot of black people have attitudes, and that's what we're reacting to,
not because of the color.
Yeah.
Toure, how do you respond to that?
Okay.
So is the caller saying that all black people have bad attitudes, and that the way that we are dealt with in this country is because of our attitudes?
She says some, not all, but some. And she makes a good point in that because not all, but most black people are angry, and in their anger, they think that folks are against them based on their culture or their race, when it's really them acting out, and people are reacting to them acting out. They can't see themselves.
So
For the example, we gave black folks, I didn't vote for them, but white folks gave black people a black president, and that still is not enough for them. They're still thinking that they're being discriminated against.
So you think that the election of Barack Obama signals the end of racism?
What would you need? What do black people need to know that racism is over for the most part, as far as whites toward them?
I mean, we experience racism all the time.
No, I asked, what would you need to know that it's over?
I mean, that's a very interesting question. I'm not quite sure what would augur this is over, but there are clear examples of racism happening in all sorts of places in America all the time.
I wish we had more time where you could give us examples. We're out of time. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I hope that you take advantage of the therapy that you offer, because you have a lot of bizarre thoughts in your head.
Thank you, buddy.
Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny. Views expressed by guests and callers on today's program may not necessarily represent the views of this station. For more information, call 1-800-411-BOND. That's 1-800-411-BOND. Or visit our website at bondinfo.org.
This has been the Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show, produced by Bond Action. To find out more information or to purchase the full version of this show, visit bondaction.org or call 1-800-411-2663.